Hello, WikiTree.
Hi, guys.
It's the three of us today, Eowyn and Max. Chilling,
Just chilling at home.
Mm-hmm.
We're supposed to be.
Well, I'm actually at my hotel.
Sarah's got kind of a sweet thing going on.
Yeah.
Hey, Mindy. Hey, Chris.
Because I'm still working night shifts, so they just let me stay in a hotel room now. So I've been living here for the past.
Well, explain more of that. There's a quarantine, not a quarantine. There's a.
Well, yeah, because my county issued a curfew, and I live like 40 minutes away from work, so it was easier. So I asked them, and there's really nobody staying in the hotel, so I'm set up in a suite right by the pool. I spend my days at the pool and my evenings working.
Well, your quarantine diary is going to be
working on my tan, guys.
Yeah. Sarah will be a nice bronze color when this is all done. Everyone else will be pale because they've all been inside.
Yeah, but I'm going to be, look, guys, my color.
Hey, Maggie.
The orange.
Food.
Oh, it's Maggie.
It's Maggie.
We have Jude and Rich is here too. Hello, everybody.
Oh wow,
my screen just
popped up a
ton of people.
Spoiler alert! Greg Clark will be the member of the week next week.
Who?
Greg Clark.
No way! Oh, I can't wait.
Congratulations, Greg. Hi, Isabel.
Isabella Rossano.
Oh, thanks, Maggie.
Yeah, I'm also going to be, I am very tired because I was working till 3 a.m. this morning, and it's currently 10 a.m. So I got a little bit of sleep before coming on.
Good practice for the hangouts for the clean-a-thon.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Every 4 hours, just get a little nap in between.
When is that scheduled for?
April, the end of April. Let's go ahead and talk about that, I guess, for a minute. You just posted the sign-up thing yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, registration opened yesterday. We already have like 80 people signed up.
I need to sign up.
Yeah,
I'm signing up right now. You can't sign up.
Yeah, Max, go sign up too, because I'm sure you're going to be on my team anyway. The cornies.
I don't like that word.
Sorry, the cornbread catchers. So, yeah, Mindy's team Virginia. Do we have any other? And then we have Marty here for the Musty Dusty. The hardworking Musty Dusty is working on those older profiles.
Hey, Chris, that's a great question that ties in exactly with the Ambassadors Project. So,
oh yeah,
yeah, obviously we always want people to pimp WikiTree. We may not want them to use that word, but we do want them to talk about us any chance they get.
Yes, Chris. I want to be on Catherine's email or card list. She sends out cards to people.
Yeah, I've seen some of them on Facebook. Pretty cool.
Okay, so I need to answer to be able to join. So answer.
So do we want to go ahead and just talk about the Ambassadors Project now then, since we already brought it up?
No, we can do it later.
Okay.
We'll keep people in suspense.
Yeah.
Ooh,
the anticipation.
Gotta let it build a little bit, and then we can.
Okay.
Well, I can certainly talk about something. I can talk about the question of the week.
The question of the week? What is that?
It's the question of the week is a question that our little elves put up, and it's to ask you questions about your ancestors. So, what epidemics or pandemics did your ancestors experience? And right off the bat, I'm going to go ahead and share. Right off the bat, we've got a great post by Greg Fulton for one of the biggest, scariest ones ever. When that's the Black Plague, the Black Death in Europe from 1331 to 1353. he's sure that he's got ancestors, doesn't know who they were, but he's sure that they survived that epidemic in England, or that pandemic that killed so many people. A couple of people said that I like this one. This is kind of fun. Jason Baldwin said, "Mama had measles. She lived." And a lot of people talk about getting measles. And there's somebody mentions polio, the 1918 flu. Let's see, a couple of people actually posted information about the disease, and here's a fun one. In 1485, Thomas Hyle, Lord Mayor of London, died of the English sweating sickness. They had 3 mayors and 3 sheriffs that year. The disease caused fever, profuse sweating, headaches, and extreme shortness of breath. Doesn't that sound familiar? The good news is the disease has not been recorded again since 1551. However, it sounds very similar to something else, that thing that shall not be named.
Marty said that his mom almost died of polio.
Oh, wow. Wow. A South Carolina governor had polio and went on to be the education secretary under Carter. And for the life of me, I can't think of his name. That's crazy. A lot of people talking about fun stuff, and people are writing up like the Old English, and I'm not going to read the Old English because I'll make it sound weird. Talking about typhoid. I had my great-grandfather died of typhoid, which I don't know if that's a more of a bacterial infection rather than a viral infection that you would normally associate with a pandemic, although cholera was as well. I wanted to relay for everybody, since we enjoy talking about ourselves. My grandmother, in 1918, here's her cute picture. Her mother and family, right after my grandfather died of typhoid, they were asked to leave the family farm because the family wanted to work the land, and my great grandmother couldn't work the land. So she left and she joined the John de la Howe School in McCormick, which was an orphanage. And at the orphanage, she was one of the matrons, or the matron of the orphanage, and she was also a nurse. And so during the epidemic, things got really bad at this orphanage. And my great-grandmother sent my grandmother off to live with her sister, Belle. And I'm going to scroll down here. Here's a picture of my grandmother. There's Doodle, and that's Belle, her older sister, and then her brothers here. What they did was they sent Doodle, cute little Doodle, off to live with her sister Belle, to be away from all the kids that were getting sick. My great-grandmother was afraid that she was going to be sick. Belle ended up getting very sick, and Doodle ended up having to take care of Belle, and Belle passed away. She was the only one in our family who passed away, but Doodle survived that flu and lived to 99 years old. There's Doodle. She's a cutie patootie, and there's Doodle walking on the beach, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And actually, I think this is Folly Beach outside of Charleston, walking the beach. She was maybe 96 at that point. So it's an interesting story. Great answers for the question a week. Lots of epidemics mentioned. Lots of cool. Pardon me?
I was going to say, may I talk about my ancestor who?
Yeah. Let me show something really quick.
Okay.
Bring your screen up. People are even showing, like from Wikipedia, somebody linked list of human disease case fatality rates. So people are even finding statistical information that's really cool. And that's in the G2G question of the week. If you go through and look for that, you'll find it. Isn't that interesting?
Very cool.
Very cool.
I'm going to stop sharing.
Okay.
There we go.
I just wanted to share this is my third great grandfather. And when he was in the Civil War and he contracted the measles, they didn't catch it in time. So he went a little crazy. He was cured eventually. but his mind never really recovered. He survived it. He ended up later being shot and murdered in town.
Wow.
He had an interesting life, this man. But yeah, I just wanted to. Yeah, he had measles during the Civil War, contracted at a camp. So.
What did he do when he went crazy?
Did I write anything? I don't think I wrote it. I feel like he was running, like something comes to mind, like he was running around saying crazy stuff, but I don't remember. But yeah, he was even mentioned in a book by one of the, it was called In the War Between the Union and the Confederacy. My great grandfather was talked about by this colonel as to why they didn't win the war, because he was on the the losing side of the war, and as to why he didn't win. And my great grandfather was one of the reasons why he didn't win.
Did either of you have the measles ever or anything like that?
Chicken pox.
I didn't have a chicken pox.
I had chicken pox.
You didn't?
No, I got the vaccine for it. I never got it. So,
like, it doesn't seem to be a thing as much now.
No,
as it was back when I was a kid.
So you have no chicken pox scars. I have one right there.
I have one right here.
Some of my friends had gotten it, and my mom was really worried that I would get it, but I never got it. So
Jude had the measles apparently. Maggie was quarantined for the mumps when she was a kid.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Legionnaires' disease in the 80s.
My best childhood friend when I was a little person, their mom was a nurse, and she got the measles while she was pregnant. And when their little sister was born, she was born deaf because of the measles.
Roz got chicken pox as an adult, and one day she counted her spots and had 400.
Wow. Roz, that was too much information.
You were really bored, huh? Counting all your spots.
So don't tell us what you're doing for this pandemic.
Okay. So we talked about the question of the week. Let's look at the profile of the week. This month is Women's History Month, so we featured Alice Paul this week. She was one of the greatest women's suffragette movement leaders in U.S. history. She actually got a doctorate in I just looked it up. Where is it? Civil law? Yeah, she went to school for law and everything, so pretty interesting lady. She never married. She died. Sure. Did she? No, it doesn't say she did. But she died like 90-ish. She lived a good life, and she went to England to pursue a career in social work as well. And she fought for women's rights until her death on July 9th, 1977 in New Jersey. So
very cool.
She held hunger strikes. She was arrested and forced to eat to end the strikes. So she did a lot for women's rights. So that's our profile of the week. Please read it. I always say, I always learn something new every week with these profiles of the week. Learning a little bit about history, a little bit more about prominent people that maybe I didn't really know before. So please check that out. And then, so we'll go ahead and then go to our photos of the week, which is happiness. That's what wrong button.
I want to say,
it's our little friend.
Murph Moose got a WikiTree earring. He lost his earring in
Roots Tech.
We don't know how or why, but he now has a new WikiTree earring. So
good.
The other side is MitoY DNA, right?
Yeah, the other side. He got a MitoY DNA button because he lost his WikiTree earring. He needed his earring, so now he has one of each. I just wanted to share that with everybody.
He needed to keep his hole intact, so he needed to keep put it in there. Okay. So.
Oh, I have a mascot.
Yay!
I'm gonna share it.
Ooh, mascot.
Did you join the Genia mascots Facebook group? Oh my goodness!
Oh, how cute!
Did you get that?
Why?
Yes, I know why.
You know why?
Yeah.
Because Lyle proposed during the Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
So cute.
Did you get that before or after the movie?
After. This was gonna be at our wedding reception. That would have been last night.
Oh, he should be the ring bearer.
Yeah.
I need to send you a WikiTree earring or
a little WikiTree shirt.
He does. He needs a little teeny WikiTree shirt.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's cute. Shirts. I am wearing a Coca-Cola red. Enjoy, Gina.
Oh, nice. I'm not wearing a WikiTree one.
No.
Max, did you have an announcement before Sarah does the photo leak?
Do I have an announcement?
You had a DNA announcement.
Oh yeah, I was going to tell you. Can I share again real quick?
Yes.
Yeah. WikiTreeer. There we go. WikiTreeer Blaine Bettinger has come out with the newest version of tool of the Shared Centimorgan Project 4.0 or Tool V4. If you aren't familiar with this is a tool that you can use to figure out your relationship to people based on the centimorgans that you share. I talked to him a couple of weeks ago, and I believe that he's close to 50,000 people in this run. I don't know if that's correct. He was at 30,000 people for the actual data. And it may be up to 50,000. I knew he had 50,000, but I don't know if he used all 50,000. So if I was to put in a number up here, say I shared 250 centimorgans with Eowyn, it changes and it brings up this great chart. So you would be yourself, and this could be your relationship to the person you're comparing to. So if Eowyn and I shared 250 centimorgans, this could be our relationship. She could be my half-great aunt or uncle.
Uncle.
I'm totally your uncle.
Or, a half first cousin once removed, or even a first cousin. So the new chart is up. The other really cool thing is he actually goes into the histogram about how he did this and the data. So if you click on one of those items, it brings up the submissions for the relationship. So this is how many people that you've got for each one of those bits of data, which is really cool. Thank you, Blaine.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's
very cool.
If you guys haven't used that before, Max showed me this tool because I'm still kind of new to DNA, and it's a really, really great tool to see what you need to do in your tree to expand out, just trying to find that potential connection for the DNA. So, yeah, thank you for sharing that, Max.
Well, and thanks to Blaine. What a great WikiTreeer to do that great a thing for the community.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's free, it's free to use.
Johnny Pearl, I have to mention Johnny Pearl. Johnny Pearl actually automated it and added it to his DNA Painter site. So if you're looking for it, it's dnapainter.com/tool/shared CMV4.
You could just probably Google shared whatever.
Yeah, just type in shared centimorgan project and you'll find Johnny Pearl's tool.
Cool.
Yeah, cool beans.
Yeah, my one coworker friend, I bought her a DNA test at Roots Tech, and she just got her results back yesterday. So I have to work with her on that. She's excited.
Oh, that's exciting.
That is exciting.
So it's going to be the next thing I'll be working on with her. Okay, let's go to the photo of the week. It's happiness. How fitting. We all want to try to be happy during these these times.
I thought happiness was last week.
Was it? No. Last week was humor. It just happened
to be
similar.
They're similar, but they're not.
They're similar, but they're not.
Look, they have a little cat.
Got a kitty cat.
The kitty cat has a doghouse.
Oh, that is happiness with just with a cute dog. A cute dog.
Michael, I'm gonna come kidnap your dog.
This one almost fits in humor as well.
Yeah, that was the actual photo of the week.
Mm-hmm. Look, he has a little bird, actual bird on him during Christmas, and I'm just curious if that was more a staged photo or like that was.
I think that's a Christmas gift. They wanted to get a picture of him with his new gift.
Maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, she's smiling.
She's happy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's a cute one.
Oh,
adorable.
That is so cute.
They're just sitting in the grass.
Aw.
I think I have a picture of my parents just like that.
Look, then some other people sit. Yeah, maybe he's drinking something to make him happy.
What is she got a harmonica? What is that?
I don't know.
Is there anything in the write-up?
Maybe in the G2G post. We'll look through that after.
Aww.
Oh, that's a nice photo.
That's a good smile. Still happy after all these years.
Yeah. Well, what's the good news?
Let's see if we can figure it out. I can't tell who the guy is or what he's doing.
Rob, you should have put some more information, not just good news.
Rob, what happened here?
I don't know.
You think he proposed?
No.
That or I'm thinking maybe she's pregnant? I don't know.
Oh. I don't know.
Aw. Easter. 1970.
That's coming up. Easter.
That was right before I was born.
Oh God, you're so young. Don't even tell us about your birthday, Sarah.
I won't.
Gotta love those bridesmaids dresses.
What'd you say, Eowyn?
Gotta love those bridesmaids dresses.
And those hats. Oh, there's
another hat. Ooh, those hats, Eowyn. Eowyn, you have to go buy one of those.
I need one of those.
You know what this reminds me of? The Brady Bunch girls. I don't know why.
Yeah, I could totally see that.
Like, I don't know, the yellow and the blonde. And
the blonde.
Yeah, just what I thought of when I first saw that photo. Oh,
that's a good picture.
They definitely look happy, shoving cake in each other's mouth at their wedding.
I would not do that. I did not do that at my wedding. No. I'm too OCD to have messy
secrets. This is a fun one. Cake.
That's cute. The Daily News. Sale.
Roofer awarded. That's cute.
Shoes on backwards. The other shoes on upside down.
His leg was twisted.
Okay, let's look at that was the last one.
That's a cake. That was a birthday cake?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They would have celebrated their 67th anniversary this year. Aww. Oh, here's this. Okay.
No, but
it looks like almost like a thermos, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I think.
I'm still gonna go with way oversized harmonica.
They have many parakeets.
Natalie said, "Oh, the old days before social distancing."
You wouldn't be allowed to have that.
Okay, so he doesn't know the story.
Oh.
He says it's an enigma to him, but it looks like they're giving good news, so that's why he named it that way. And she's clearly happy about something. I don't know.
He told her they're going on a cruise.
Yeah?
I don't know. We're just making up good news.
Or maybe he just bought her something.
A car. He looks like he has driving gloves.
Yeah.
That would have been the 20s, it looks like, from the clothes.
He's going to let her drive.
This was their
50-year marriage.
Was marked with great happiness.
Yay.
Cute. Looks very happy with the cat on her lap.
Oh.
Wedding day.
Thank you, Missy.
Oh, here's one we didn't see in the post. That's a cute one.
Yeah.
Looks like they're having a sleepover or something.
It is the Brady Bunch. No, I'm just kidding.
Almost. The Brady Bunch.
Oh, the dog.
Oh, he passed away a few years ago.
No single person has given me more happiness than my son, Michael. He was born on November 27th, 1968, and passed away May 17th, 2015. He had a very outgoing personality, and everyone that knew him loved him. He was quick-witted and made me laugh all the time. Thank you, Cheryl. That was very sweet.
This was Gary's grandmother, who seemed happy even when she was complaining about something.
Lake Huron.
Oh, cool.
That is
in Ontario.
That's that the watercolor of Lake Huron is like the Caribbean. It's gorgeous.
Dad's retirement.
The wife doesn't look that happy. You're gonna come home and stay all day in my house? What are you gonna do all day in my house?
This little girl looks happy.
Now that's happiness.
She's cute. Oh, they were celebrating the end of World War I.
That's a good reason to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
Bird Smith Dawson, what a great name.
That's a cute picture too. And this is the last one. Great photos.
They are great photos.
Thank you for sharing, everybody.
I know. Thanks to everyone who participates every week. These are so fun.
I do like seeing these.
We should share some of the ancestor ones each week too.
You want to do that?
Yeah. Okay. Not today necessarily, but yeah, going forward. Because people put some really great stories in there.
You can do it next time. So now, I guess we will talk about the wonderful Ambassadors Project.
Ambassadors Project.
So what is the Ambassadors Project, Eowyn?
I'm so glad you asked that, Sarah. I would love to talk about the Ambassadors Project. Okay, so here's how the Ambassadors Project came about. Most people know because we try to keep WikiTree free. Well, we don't try to, we do keep it free. But part of that means we don't pay a lot of money for advertising. So we really rely on WikiTreeers spreading the WikiTree love and talking about us and getting other people excited about us. Like that's really kind of what we rely on for getting people to come and join WikiTree. So a few years ago, well, like 5 years ago now, we started the Ambassadors Project, which has kind of gone in ebbs and flows over the years, but we just recently have kind of reworked it to include a lot of different things. And it's exciting, and I hope like we get lots of people that come and participate in all the different ways that you can be an ambassador now. So let me just talk about some of those.
Do you want me to share the project's screen?
Yeah. No, I'll just talk about it. So the only requirement to be an ambassador is you just have to love WikiTree, right? And who doesn't love WikiTree? Everybody loves WikiTree. Even if they don't know they love WikiTree, they still love WikiTree.
They're in denial.
Even Daniel Horowitz. I said it. It's true. And you have to sign the honor code, but you know.
Oh, yeah.
Should do that anyway. So one of the teams, we have a bunch of different teams for this project. One of them is our social media team. Sarah's kind of our social media person now. So I'm just going to say that she's the team leader of that, even though maybe that's not official. No, it's official. Congratulations, Sarah.
A WikiTree talk, haven't you?
Huh?
Wait, what?
Didn't you do a WikiTree talk recently somewhere?
Yes, at my genealogy society here. So,
Cool.
yeah, that went well. We got some sign-ups, so that was good.
Sorry, Eowyn, excuse me for interrupting.
Yeah, geez. So we have the social media team, which basically the more we can be talked about on social media, the better it is for WikiTree. So we have our Facebook group. It's called WikiTree Members Group. If you're on Facebook and you're not a member of that group, you should join it. It's a good group. Pretty active. Lots of questions. People post a lot of stuff there. But things that are helpful there, like you can reshare the things that we share. Sarah shares great stuff on Facebook. Just commenting on it helps a lot. If you're in other groups on Facebook and you talk about WikiTree there, that's a great way to be a social media team ambassador. I need to update that page. But anyway, we're also on Twitter. So if you can mention us on Twitter, you can do a hashtag WikiTree. You can always tag us.
At WikiTree.
Just make sure you tag us
WikiTreeers.
and not the Korean news group that's also for WikiTree.
Yeah, you can't at WikiTree. It's at WikiTreeers.
Yeah. Otherwise, the Korean news group will get a lot of attention. We're also on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
So you can help by liking and commenting, and basically anything you do on social media that talks about WikiTree in some way is really helpful to us. So if you are a social media person, like become part of our social media team and help us share the WikiTree love on social media.
Yeah, we have Chris who talks about WikiTree a lot
Chris
on
is awesome.
Twitter.
Yeah,
So
sorry.
I was just going to mention we have a few others that I see on Twitter, like Debbie every once in a while will mention WikiTree. We have Stephen and Michael and some other people. Yeah, it's in the air, and some other WikiTreeers that they'll at WikiTree when they're talking about it, and I'll usually try to retweet it when we ever get mentioned. So
I'm ashamed to say that the Korean news people get my tweets.
Tired, Max.
You probably have like this whole Korean fan base you don't even know about.
I don't know what this lady's talking about, but
I've been wondering why people have been walking up to me in the airport saying, "You're Mags, right?" with an accent. I was like, how do I know these people?
That's why. It's the Korean news stream. On Twitter, I think it's monthly, there's a hashtag GenChat where they talk about genealogy on Twitter every month. That's a really great place to talk about WikiTree. Chris is really good at that.
And then Tuesdays, they have Ancestry Hour. I'm usually at work during that. I usually try to
Yeah.
chime in, but
And that's fun. That's when everybody shares. You better just share what you're doing in genealogy, right?
sometimes they have questions as well, but yeah, it's usually just people. It's very, very, very active hour on Twitter and genealogy world, the ancestry hour.
Can I interject something there? That when there are people who are doing posts about WikiTree in some of these groups, it's a great idea that if you find out somebody's talked about WikiTree somewhere, to share it on your own social media, so that it gets shared. There's Andrew Lee. They have their video thing, and they did a video about how to do DNA on WikiTree, and it wasn't getting a lot of hits. And so at Roots Tech, that was mentioned to me, and so I started spreading the love, and hopefully their hits have been going up.
Yeah, let us know if you ever see anything about WikiTree or something that would, send it to me, send it to Eowyn, so then we can share it, or you share it and tag WikiTree just to let us know.
Those are the genealogy fanatics, right?
Yes, the family history fanatics. I think.
Yeah, family history fanatics.
They're like.
And Chris also blogs. He
wait,
links
we'll get to that. We'll get to blogging.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to keep it on like social media, because there's like 7 different teams.
So yeah, social media team is me.
Yeah. So we do the question of the week every week on social media. That's a great thing to share to your own Facebook page and try and get people talking. The photo of the week is always a fun thing to share. Yeah, so if you like social media and you're on it anyway, like become a social media WikiTree ambassador and help share the WikiTree love.
Hit me up.
Hit up Sarah, she's a team leader. Okay, that's the
no social distancing. You can't really hit me.
Yeah.
Especially when you're by the pool.
True. Very true. Okay, the next kind of team for the Ambassadors Project is the presenters, which Mags excels at this. But the presenters, like Sarah was just saying, she did a presentation for her local genealogical society. And this is probably one of the greatest things we can do if you have a local genealogical society. See if they will let you do a little presentation on WikiTree. Like most genealogy societies are usually looking for people to come and talk about things. So they might be really open to having you. One of the things that we want that team to kind of be working on is putting together just kind of a toolkit that anyone can come and use. So hopefully we'll be able to build that up and just have, a quick presentation you can just grab and give, or suggestions on what you can talk about or things like that. So that's one of the things that team hopefully will work on going forward, is building up a little toolkit. I'm going to make Max the team leader of the presenters while we're here. Yeah, so that's kind of a big one. I know we have quite a few WikiTreeers who've had the chance to present at their societies.
Yeah, I need to put because I had somebody reach out to me about doing a presentation for like a virtual genealogy society, and she was asking me for some tips and stuff. So I sent her what I did for my genealogy society, and I told her that she could do, just use that, change whatever she wanted, but that was the basis of what I did, the basics of what is WikiTree. So
yeah, yours probably would be a good one to link there that people can just grab and do real easily for their societies. So
I took my slides up for the Surname Society annual meeting and conference that I did on WikiTree and everything one name studied.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
Yeah, Julie could probably add her honor code one.
Oh yeah.
So,
and then we had Peter do a DNA one, and then
DNA.
So on
Michael Mills has done a bunch of them. Like, there's a lot of WikiTreeers that have done them that could add stuff for sure.
And on the ambassadors page for the presentations, there's a bunch of presentations that are there from Peter Roberts and Karen Lowe and me and Julie and Bob Kinnison and the book doctor, Bobby Christmas, who talked to us about how to write a biography.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Really cool things on that page as well.
Yeah, so lots of ideas for people there. If you're
I have a funny thing to tell you.
Tell me.
I walk through an airport occasionally and have people scream my name. I'm like, I turn around, I have no idea who it was, but I hear Mags. One day at the San Diego airport, I was at the I4GG talking about WikiTree, and I was getting into my Uber to go to the hotel, and there were people standing waiting for their Ubers, and I heard somebody yell, "It's Mags!" And I turned around. I didn't really see who it was, but I waved to them, and I went ahead and got into the car, and the Uber driver said, "Are you a celebrity?" I said, "I am such an orange celebrity. That's it." So being a public speaker and talking a lot about WikiTree is really, really nice. I was at a conference, and I was walking across the floor of this big atrium, and there were several floors up, and somebody from 3 or 4 floors up yelled, "It's Mags! I love WikiTree!" And I'm like, "Yay, me too!" So WikiTree,
that's awesome.
cool.
Yeah, Mags is a celebrity, pretty much. So
I just have the opportunity where I can go talk a lot, which is nice. Nice.
Very cool. So yeah, that's the presenter team. So if you like that sort of thing, join our presenter team. Contact Max. She's
You
now
can
the
get
team leader.
fans.
Yeah.
hashtag Mags. I don't know.
Hashtag Mags. So the next team is the blogger team. So if you're a blogger, we have cool stuff. One, we have a blogger badge you can put on your profile. We have a blogger page where we will list your blog. Oh yeah, Marty does a lot of the WikiTree presentations. Chris mentioned in the comments he links to WikiTree doing the 52 ancestors. That's fantastic. The more links we have out there that are not on WikiTree, the better it is for us, for Google. So the more links we can have out there, the better we can rank in Google. So that's why this is important. So if you're a blogger, one of the things like Chris said you could do is you could do the 52 ancestors thing every week on your blog. You could just write about WikiTree and what you're doing on WikiTree. And you can share those on social media so that they spread, which would also be great.
And if you do that, then just let us know, and then we can share your post too. So
yeah, like we'll share. We like to give love too, so we can share what you're posting. Or you can just do what Mags does and post it in all of the WikiTree Facebook.
Just spam everything,
Spam everything. It's fine. So that's one thing. You can blog on your own blog and talk about WikiTree, which is awesome. Also, we like to have guest blogs on WikiTree. It doesn't happen super often, but if you have an idea for a post for the WikiTree blog and you'd like to guest blog, you can contact me and we can make that happen. Also, we have the Meet Our Members feature every week. If you have not been featured on that and you would like to be, you can also message me. Always looking for people to feature there. So that's blogging. So if you are a blogger, join the bloggers team. I will make myself the team leader of that one. Just contact me.
We're just assigning team leaders right now as we go.
Yeah, so it's fun. If you're a blogger, like there's lots of blogging things you can do to help with WikiTree. The next one is the on the ground team. Because one time I posted in G2G about ambassadors and somebody was like, don't have a team for the on the ground team. So we have an on the ground team, which basically just means like, say you're at a conference and you're walking around, you could wear an orange WikiTree shirt. You'll get a lot of attention. Seriously.
I can tell you that at Roots Tech and at Roots Tech London this past fall, WikiTree was so obvious. when WikiTreeers walked around the conference together, it was like a wall of orange moving through the conference, and people, you know, it was obvious, and it was obvious at the genealogy show in Birmingham. A huge crowd showed up for that. That was so much fun. And when I go to conferences, especially if I go to conferences and I'm wearing my WikiTree stuff, I'm not. A lot of times I talk about WikiTree as a part of what research I'm doing, because WikiTree is my platform, my genealogy platform. So WikiTree is incorporated into every presentation I give, whether it's a presentation on WikiTree or not. But having myself in orange and being at a conference, it's just so nice to be on the ground and be there and talk to people and tell them what WikiTree is about. And it's always fun having the questions from people that yeah.
Yeah, so if you're maybe not a social media person, but you're a social person, and you go to conferences or you have a lot of family gatherings you go to, and you just like talking about WikiTree, you can be part of the on-the-ground team and just share the WikiTree love in person.
I guess Max will be the team leader for that one.
Max is now the team leader for the on-the-ground team. But if you do a lot of these things or you go to a lot of conferences, we can probably get you hooked up with an orange shirt. So, you know.
And maybe an earring.
I know a guy.
You know a guy? Yeah.
I know a guy. Yeah. So you can be like Murphy the Moose and have a cool WikiTree earring.
We need to make official earrings now. That's it. You know.
Yeah. So then there's a new team that hasn't really gotten going yet, but it's kind of another important one, and that's the link building team. Like I was mentioning earlier, it's super important for us to have links in other places. Like that's what will really help with our ratings, which helps you guys because then your profiles are even more great for Cousin Bait and more people will find you. But so we've talked about different places where we can do that. One is the blogs, like I was just talking about. The more we can be mentioned on blogs is great. But adding links to WikiTree on places like Wikipedia, and sites like that where we can add those. So we formed a little team to start kind of focusing on that. So that's one. So if you are a Wikipedia person and that's something you would be interested in, you can message me and we can look at some ways to do that. So that's link building. Yay. Then another area is it's really something we want to focus on like this coming year is genealogical societies and libraries and like historical societies. We feel like there's a great opportunity for them to be a part of WikiTree. You know, make it their platform, kind of like Mag was talking about. And so we definitely want to figure out ways that we can get in contact with these societies and libraries and offer them, you know, like a free space page for their society and a place where their society can come and talk and just, you know, so we're trying to kind of develop a template of how WikiTree is helpful to these different groups. And then we want to reach out and invite them to come and try it. Hi, Pip. So if you're in a society or you're interested in that sort of thing, like I know there's a couple WikiTreeers out there who've kind of done stuff for their societies. That's definitely something we want to focus on this year is that sort of thing. So if that is something that would interest you, please contact me or you can join the project through the project page. But we really feel like there's, you know, we have a lot that we can offer and it would be great to have these societies and their members come and
and it's free to make a, you know, they don't have to pay anything for a site, so it's just a free
exactly. So we want to definitely get focused more on how we can collaborate with those communities.
One of the ideas that we were talking about at the Roots Tech conference was talking to people who administer FTDNA, DNA projects, or just DNA projects or name studies, When World Family Net shut down, that shut down on a place where people could put pedigrees. Well, what better place to do DNA work and name study work in the same place than WikiTree's free space profile? So that's another one that fits into what you're talking about, Eowyn.
Exactly. Yeah, so like the main thing there is just sort of coming up with some templates that we can show people, like this is how it could work, and then just reaching out to all these different groups and just putting it out there for them, because they don't even know that we're here. They don't know what they're missing out on.
Yeah.
So,
You're missing out on this.
on this.
Us. I mean,
This.
this is the best part.
Who doesn't want?
Somebody said we should start a girl band.
We should
So
start a girl
I
band.
think it was Marty who said that.
So, yeah, so if you want to help with that, we could always use help with that. There's a forums team. So, like, if you're on Quora or Reddit, or there's a genealogy server on Discord that now our own WikiTree, Katie Goodwin, owns. So if you're in a lot of forums like that, join our forums team and just, try and talk about WikiTree. Like Reddit has a whole genealogy section. There's probably lots of opportunities to talk about WikiTree there. There's Quora. There's a bunch of genealogy questions there that people could answer and talk about WikiTree. And I got your joke, Margie. There's, like I said, there's the Discord server that's all genealogy. Like, I know there's a lot of WikiTreeers on that one. But yeah, so just be on the forums, and when you have a chance to talk about WikiTree, talk about WikiTree. Pretty simple.
Yeah.
Really. So that's the forums team. And the last one is the media team, which is slowly kind of getting going. But it's just a team to kind of help us focus on genealogy in the media and how WikiTree can get more attention. Because really, people should be talking about WikiTree, but we're just not talked about that much, and we should be. So the media team is kind of looking for opportunities. For example, where we might do a press release about something, or kind of monitoring genealogy news stories and seeing how we can kind of tie into those. Kind of looking at current event stories and maybe thinking of ways we can tie WikiTree into things that are going on in the world and write about stuff like that. So that's what the media team is kind of looking at. So we have social media team for social media people, presenters if you like talking about WikiTree in groups of people, like mags. Bloggers, if you're a blogger, there's an opportunity there. The on the ground team, if you just want to roam around and talk about WikiTree, totally do that. That's awesome too. The link building team, which is pretty important, so it'd be great to have people helping with that. The historical societies, we'll just call it the societies and libraries team. If you want to help that would really be awesome, because that's one of the things we really want to focus on in the coming year. Forums team, if you're already in forums, just all you have to do is talk about WikiTree. Media team, if you want to help us figure out ways we can kind of be a little bit more present in the media, that would also be great. So that's basically the Ambassadors Project.
Thank you. Great. Help us spread the word about WikiTree.
Yeah,
Ambassador.
Is like
It's
anywhere
also that.
Yep. Mondays with Mert. She's been doing mini Merts too. Pat Richley Erickson has been doing Dear Myrtles that are mini Merts. So that would be fun too.
I know. She should do a mini Mert about WikiTree.
Or we can bring her on to one of our streams.
You want me to see if she's
Yeah,
available?
that's the other thing is we would love to get some of these genealogists out there to come here and talk on one of our live streams. So if you know someone who would be interested in doing that, let us know.
Mags can probably get us a hookup.
We
already have one,
One hookup? You're the one staying in the hotel, Miss Sarah.
Yeah. If anybody wants to come to Tallahassee and get a hotel room, I can get it to you for cheap. But I know nobody's traveling, so maybe that won't happen.
Yeah.
Well, it's good though that your hotel is still open, and you were telling me that you have some people who are long term in your hotel, and it's good that that the Marriott is actually being kind of a haven for people,
Yeah.
and it's only the Marriott and Tallahassee. So go to say no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's a good thing. So people that are kind of stranded, they have a place to stay too. So
Yeah, that's my manager's goal, to be the last hotel standing. There's already been hotels that have been closed
yes.
because they just don't have the occupancy. So that's the goal. So,
And are you taking care of the pool as well as just watching it every day?
actually, they haven't asked me to do that, but I pretty much do everything else. I'm cleaning rooms, mopping floors, cleaning bathrooms.
You have to clean your own room then, eh?
Yeah, I cleaned it before I got in. I have to clean it when I leave.
That takes all the fun out of being in a hotel.
Well, it's free still, so
You got a free pool membership, basically. Is what you're
basically.
saying.
Pretty cool.
And I think didn't you have room service this morning?
Yeah, my friend, my coworker brought me some coffee.
I had to make mine. I had to go and pick the beans and roast them. And everything.
Pick the beans from your backyard, roast them and
Here in
grind them.
Canada, there's still snow in my yard.
Well,
Dean Anderson is stuck in a hotel in India and can't
oh
get out.
no.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of that. They're really cracking down in India. Like the policemen are carrying these bamboo sticks, and if they see somebody that shouldn't be out, that doesn't have paperwork saying they can be out, they're whacking them with these big long sticks.
Ouch.
Yeah, much love to everybody who's doing the right thing and staying home. Much love.
Yeah,
much
thank
support.
you.
Yeah, it's so important to try and beat this. Okay.
Oh yeah,
Well-
so Greg Slade started a post in G2G called "Do you want to do a mask-a-thon?" So he's
funny.
kind of trying to coordinate people who sew, which isn't me. I'm sorry, I already feel guilty about that. To make masks like for the local hospitals in their area. So if you sew and want to do that, he's trying real hard to coordinate that. So.
And it's part of something you can do when you're can't go out. You can craft. Mm-hmm. Learn how to craft.
I know. I need to learn. I guess it would be a good time to learn how to sew.
Yeah, why not?
He's sewing stuff though.
Do it.
So.
Yeah, I have one friend that she's been making her own masks and like with different patterns and stuff. So let me see her doing that. And then do WikiTree when you're home.
Yeah.
I was looking for the Mask-a-thon post, and I saw that there are lots of other posts about masks, which is fun.
Maybe we can make one WikiTree, orange with little logo.
Yeah, make orange WikiTree masks.
I can't show the post because there's some strange posts within the post that are hidden, and I can't show them for you. But it's if you look for it, it is anybody up for a mask-a-thon is the title. So just plop that into the G2G search box and hit search. Find it.
Cool. Thank you, Greg, for doing the mask-a-thon.
Great idea.
Pip says Betty Fox is quilting like mad, and Doug McCallum is weaving.
I'm not doing anything productive, really. I'm just either WikiTreeing or being by the pool.
I have
I'm not doing any crafting.
I have a presentation coming up this week on the 1st, and I'm not really sure it's going to happen because it's on April 1st. I don't know if it's real or if it's fake. So that's on Wednesday for Legacy Family Tree webinars, and it is about my favorite adoption case, Betty Jean. So if you're interested in watching that, there's lots of WikiTree interwoven within that presentation. I don't know what time it is, but go to Legacy Family Tree webinars and you'll see that.
Awesome.
It's my last. I've actually had, this is my busy time of the year, and I'm booked all the way into 2021, but I've had a booking now canceled. It was at the end of September because of this pandemic. Yeah. So everything's canceled.
Pretty much.
And if you haven't yet, go to the weekend chat and make it happy and post something there.
Tell us what you're doing while you're staying at home. What you're cooking, what you're crafting, what you're learning.
What are you doing? We want to know.
Yes, we do. There's nothing else to do, so.
There's lots of good books to read.
It's true. Reading. Tell us what books you're reading, or what movies you're watching, like Sonic. Well, we are at the hour mark. I'll get going.
Probably.
Unless anybody have any last minute
questions. Nobody asked questions.
It is Sonic. Yes, Crystal.
And actually, next Wednesday is our monthly one, so we will have our. So we will have.
Do you guys
the first April Fools? No, just kidding.
Do you guys have a suggestion for our theme for next week for our monthly? Something you want us to talk about?
I've been playing Animal Crossing too. Sorry, sidetracked. Please let us know if you have any ideas of what you want us. So we usually try to have a theme for Wednesdays. We've done female ancestors and merging already.
Tommy Buck said that he'd like to see more collaboration between Ancestry and WikiTree. That sounds great to us. If we could figure out how to get Ancestry in the door and talk to us, that would be great. We love integrating and collaborating with people.
Pip doesn't want us to go because then he'll have to start chores.
That's true. That's true. I have to continue working on my presentation because, of course, I had it all ready and somebody changed the Shared Centimorgan project, which is a big part of the presentation. So now I have to change a ton of my slides. So I'm having to rework my presentation.
Oh, I know. I was going to see if Emma wanted to talk about adoption.
Ooh, that would be good. Talk about adoptions.
Yeah.
Also, next month is the Mayflower anniversary, right? The 400th next month, right? April?
Yeah, so maybe, I don't know, but we would.
I think we should have David Allen Lambert on in his
pilgrim outfit.
Yes. He was so cute at Roots Tech walking around in a pilgrim's outfit.
It was cute.
Okay, we have to reach out to him.
DNA theme. We'll definitely do a DNA theme. Probably not next week, but when we can get Mags and Peter and.
Oh yeah, definitely. That'd be a good one.
If we could get other people, Mags, to come and participate in that one.
Yep.
Like
Blaine,
Roberta, or Kitty Cooper.
And Kitty, yeah. Kitty. You know, Kitty's retired.
Yeah.
Kitty's retired. I don't know if she'll come and talk to us or not. She's pretty excited about being retired. Playing lots of bridge and doing lots of gardening.
Yeah.
Kitty Cooper, who is a huge WikiTree supporter. Huge supporter.
For sure.
For sure.
Yeah, Greg says how to properly add both your biological and adoptive parents' lines on WikiTree. Yeah.
Eowyn can talk to us very, very well about that. She told me how to do it, and that's Betty Jean that I'm going to be talking about on the first. I put her adoptive and biological families. I'll be talking about that on my thing on Wednesday.
I'm adopted. I can talk about it from firsthand experience.
You certainly can.
I guess maybe that will be our theme for next Wednesday, pending any.
Yeah, we'll try for adoption. After that.
Not on Wednesday?
Wednesday, yeah.
Wednesday.
Adoption on Wednesday?
I think so.
Okay. That'd be good.
I'm gonna.
Do you want to see if Rob wants to come and talk about DNA GEDCOM and DNA adoptions?
Ooh,
I bet he would. Absolutely.
You work on that.
I will take care of that. I was also thinking that we should have maybe Michelle Patient come in or Jill Ball, some of the people down under, since this it's
Wednesday. That'd be good.
Yeah, so I'll ask some of those folks. I'm sure Michelle Patient has done some work with adoptees.
Awesome.
Great.
Greg Clark.
We have a plan. And break.
We have a plan, Stan.
8 p.m. Eastern time on Wednesday is our monthly.
Yes.
And I have to look and see if I don't know when my my webinar is. So.
Oh, I don't even know if I can make it to that one on Wednesday with my night shifts.
We may have to leave it with Eowyn.
Or maybe I'll just like be on my phone. You guys, there's nobody in the lobby. I could just be like on my phone.
You will make it work. When's your webinar, Max? Check.
I'm looking. It was scheduled so long ago.
Yeah,
I can't find it. I'll look for it and find it and let you know. Oh, there it is. No, that's for the Surname Society. No.
I'll just bring my laptop out to the front desk and just stream from there. Who cares? I've been working. Yeah, we have all the lights off in the lobby, so it'll be dark and creepy. Very setting the mood. I don't know what mood, but a mood.
It's Wednesday's April Fool's Day too, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like April Fool's something.
April is Poetry Month. I'll write a poem about adoption.
I'm adopted. Yes, I am.
I have 2 really great fans. It's lots of fun adding double trees.
Anyone's good at impromptu making songs and stuff. So.
You know what the funnest part about getting married is? Maybe not the funnest part, but one of the funnest parts is I have a whole new set of family to research.
There, I finally found it. It is.
I'm already connected to the local hotel Wi-Fi.
2 to 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Legacy Family Tree Webinars, Betty Jean's Story, Forensic Genealogy, DNA, and Adoption.
So you can do ours too.
Yay!
Wednesday night. Yay!
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
You can go now.
Yeah, really. Hang up.
Sorry, Pip, we can't stay on longer to delay your chores.
No, you hang up.
No, you hang up.
No, you hang up.
No, you hang up.
No.
Stop it.
Okay, Sarah, hang up.
Okay, bye everybody. Until Wednesday. See you.
Bye.